Can't hear Jacob.
But you can see us now, so. Oh, yep. Oh, cool. Audio is working. Let's go.
You're looking kind of high on the screen.
I mean, I'm kind of sitting up a little bit high here. I can adjust my shit. I'll take care of it.
Maybe I could
I'm a little tall.
A bit higher.
Hey, you know, loud and clear. Awesome.
Can you hear me?
Jeez. Everybody,
like how you covered
ran headphones. Sorry. Lost Lord. Luckily, you're watching on the TV, so didn't blow your eardrums out just there. I mean, maybe he blew your TV speakers, but.
Sorry about your in-TV speakers.
Keep sitting up. That's a problem. Good posture, my ass. What's up, guys? How's everybody doing? 9 people in here already? Sick. What's going on?
Hello.
Me and Black Beans are still not getting along, so I'm here with my green beans today. You know what I'm saying?
I bought beans and then I utilized them in chili.
I mean that's fair. You gotta always have beans on hand. You know what I'm saying? Got beans on deck. Beans on beans on beans. Connor's always really quiet. That's the problem.
What do you want from me, bro?
To be louder. Is what I want from you. The part of the problem, okay, let's be honest, part of the problem is I am obscenely loud.
Well,
and
this right
he's
here
pretty
says
quiet.
25%. Let's try this. Is it better? I got hair in my mouth. Now it says audio bitrate is bad. 0. Is that better?
Everybody's saying it's better.
Been that the whole fucking time.
Much better. Yeah, shit. All right. Well,
see, my screaming
apparently that's better. Oh, yeah, that was the only time they could hear you was when you shouted. They didn't actually know you were here.
But now is Jacob too quiet?
Jacob is never too quiet. There can be no too quiet.
I wonder why that was set so low.
Yes.
Maybe I could, no, I don't know what that means.
Nope, we're good. All right, cool. Thank you,
Desktop
everybody,
audio.
for being here.
Also
for the
24%. What if I turn that to 100? Is that gonna just be way too loud?
I don't know. Me?
It might be too loud.
Oh, yo, way too loud for me.
Chill. We're chilling. We're chilling.
Nathaniel just described my voice as girthy.
He's not wrong. 2 people stopped watching because loudness. Hey, Nathaniel, that's cheating. You can't watch in 2 places at once.
Gasp. It's cheating, he says. Nope, I'll take the views, I promise.
I don't think that works like that. 2 of the same account?
Oh, on the same account? Yeah, I guess fair enough. I don't know. I didn't think into it that far. Shit. Oh, goddamn. How's everybody doing today? It's Thursday.
It is Thursday.
I am very ready for the weekend. Even though I sit at home every day, whether it's a weekday or weekend.
Today was the beginning of my weekend. I mean,
my desk is starting to crack a little bit, and I'm worried that my rage is the only.
I wonder why.
Look, whatever. You slipped a disc in your back. Fuck, bro, that sucks. Sorry to hear that.
Flipping discs.
I historically have a lot of lower back issues and just get I'm down for like weeks at a time. Tall guy problems, you know what I'm saying? Hit my head on shit, my back sucks.
I don't have those problems. Just can't reach the top.
You just can't reach the top shelf. Yeah, perks of being tall, shitty back, and lots of concussions. I don't actually think I've ever had one. But
the only time I could think of me ever like getting close to having a concussion was the time I just got fucking railed in the pit at what is that place in Ames?
Blinks, that old venue?
Yeah.
Oh wow. What? Surely a Keeping Confess show then.
Surely. Might have been the same show that guy went through the window. Which I'm gonna be honest with you, that happens more than once.
Blank? Oh no! Did we just die?
I am still
I think we just died, bro.
I think you just died, bro.
I did
Moving.
die.
No, you're here.
Am I? Okay.
You're just a little.
My shit was just buffering for a minute. It was freaking
There
out.
it
I didn't know
goes,
if we like
okay.
straight up gone or what the deal is. All right.
I
Apparently
think I'm
working.
good.
All right. Cool. My bad. Sorry. You got rolled in the pit once. How was it?
That was one time.
That's happened
Stay
to me a
away
few
from the
times.
pit because
got
I am a
knocked out.
small guy.
Nah,
Small-
you just gotta
small
know
guy
what you're getting
problems.
into. You just gotta know what you're getting into. I was really knocked out
Crab
twice.
dancing.
I got my lips split
Crab
open
core.
once. I mean, at this point, we probably just need to fucking get into it.
Yes.
All right. Hello and welcome to another episode of Counting Cryptids. I'm Jacob.
I'm Connor. This is episode 20 of season 3.
Is it
And
really?
today,
Damn.
It is. Today we're going to be telling you the stories that you sent us back to you. So thank you.
Yeah, I think it is. Most of the people in chat are the people who hit us with their stories for this. So, real quick, thank you for giving me content
Yeah,
to turn around and give right back to you.
We did mention this multiple times a few episodes ago, I think. If you would like to be a part of something like this in the future, we have a channel open in our Discord. However you want to send us your encounters, just let us know if you want us to use your name, if you have any specific name you'd like to go by. Maybe leave out all the personal stuff, but we'll take it.
Real quick here, this villager Herm just said, "Yo, what's up?
What's up?
I have a sneaking suspicion. It just happens to be Nathaniel's burner account here. If it's not, my bad. I'm not trying to put you on blast, but he just said he was gonna load up other ones. Then all of a sudden, this villager shows up and goes, "Her." So
current viewers shoots up to 200. What the fuck,
really,
Nathaniel? You viewer farm over there?
if I had to guess, that's where I'm putting my money. But maybe it's somebody else. My bad. Hello. If you're somebody else, hello. I'm sorry, I got distracted. You were again, if you wanted to share your story with us to share on the podcast, we have a channel in the Discord specifically for sharing those encounters. Otherwise, you can send us messages on social media, being Twitter and Instagram. Otherwise, you can send us an email. I mean, you could direct message me on Discord as well if you don't want to post it in there. If you want your name to be not included or anonymous. I mean, everybody else's is just like their fucking Discord name, so it's just like gamer names. You know what I mean? I got the boys in here. So
X69, fuck your mom.
X420 no scope 6969X.
Ah, yes. A regular in the Discord.
I fucking wish. That's the most legendary username of all time. What do you?
Get your hands on that one.
Yeah, shit. Okay, so yes, again, if you want to be part of this in the future, go find the Discord. Also, mad shout out to everybody on the Patreon if you want to.
You want me to do the Patreon thing now? Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I was. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you didn't know, we have a Patreon. Just started it this October. We've got a few followers, few supporters. Appreciate you guys so far. If you want to, there will be a link in the description, but it's patreon.com/Counting Cryptids, I believe. I don't think there's Counting Cryptids podcast, but it's Counting Cryptids, one of the two. Link in the description. Feel free to support us there. Obviously, no pressure to do so. But
it is, in fact, Counting Cryptids.
We've recently added to the tier, the $3 tier, a 30% off our TeePublic store. So get the fuck in there right now and do that.
I mean, did you actually update the Patreon already? Or
I didn't. Nope.
Okay, so if you are listening live, hasn't happened yet. But
I was gonna do that, and then I realized it was already 6 o'clock, and we need to do the show.
Hey, what's up, Big Bot?
Welcome, sir. Yeah, shortly after the show, I'll put the code in there for the discount.
No worries. Just the formal announcement of such. I guess without further ado, we should start to get into some of these. I'm gonna do them. Really, I don't think I have any particular order. Maybe just when they were submitted, almost.
I haven't read most of these.
I really didn't read them. Hey, what's up, man? The Pex. I really didn't read most of these already when they posted them in the Discord and everything, just because I wanted to kind of experience them for the first time on the show, like with you and where you guys can see and everything. So I've kind of seen like a little bit, but I haven't really like read these. I have a couple of stories of my own to include at the end and like some family stories and stuff. I think I'm just gonna save that for the very end. I don't want to open with my y'all have already heard it. So oh Lord.
Lord have mercy.
Jesus,
Is that
Nathaniel.
another one, Nathaniel?
Just got fucking 5. Okay, buddy. All right. Do you want to start? You want me to start?
Fuck it. I'll hit it up here. We got.
Which one are you doing?
We've got a newer person to the Discord, Pendulum Writer. She wrote some things down. She's got a couple of different ones here. Maybe I'll hit this first one. Let you hit the next one, and we'll go back and forth.
Okay.
So she says, my dad has been out logging in a few places in Grays Harbor County, Washington, that are now red dot access areas. So gated off, no one is let in anymore except possibly like licensed loggers. It's been a long time since I've been out there with him. So I haven't read the hello Kevin. I haven't read the signs that explain what the dots mean in years, and I can't find it online through a cursory search. And are super remote. There's one road, he says, he went down twice, and he got spooked out both times because he felt something was watching him, and knew if he stayed, he'd be in grave danger. He's a big believer in Bigfoot and is sure that's what it was, though he also thinks Bigfoot is an alien, so make of that what you will.
I mean, I think a lot of people think Bigfoot's an alien.
Yeah.
They got a couple of short ones from this one here. You just want to hit all 4 of those?
Yeah, sure. Let's hit them.
I meant like you.
Oh, I'll hit him again.
Yeah, like you do all of this,
round 2.
Your submissions. Yes.
So she goes on to say, my mom was an Army brat and traveled all over the world in her youth. She saw UFOs a few times, including in Alaska, where she watched them take water samples off of a lake. But honestly, the coolest one is the most mundane. While in Turkey, she watched planes come out of the sand and had to sign an NDA that she wouldn't tell anybody. Here I am telling it on air? God damn it. Should have read these beforehand. This was during the Cold War, so that makes sense, but it just seems so wild to me right now.
Oh, well, fuck.
She's got another one here that was corroborated by her dad, who heard it from my mom as well. But I heard the story from my sister. When she was young, around 3 to 5 years old, her birth father was into some freaky demonic shit. Since she was so young, she only remembers flashes, but she remembers hands and eyes coming out of the walls. My dad added that my mom told him she went into my sister's room one day to find crayon all over the wall saying, "I was here," over and over again. Way too high for my sister to be the one to write. My sister said that her mom found the Necronomicon under her father's pillow and threw it away, and it stopped, and Dad heard that too, but I don't know.
Okay,
Alrighty. What? Necronomicon is...
That's fucking spooky. Okay, that one's upsetting. I don't like that. What did it arrive all over the walls? What did it say? I was here. Oh no, I would lose my fucking mind if I went. Yeah, okay. You're a father. Imagine going into your child's room and 8 feet up on the wall, just around the top of the ceiling, it just says "I was here" and fucking crayon everywhere. What do?
I just burned my child.
The child's the problem.
Get.
Jesus
burn the house
Christ.
and the child.
Oh,
Change
God.
my name. Move to another state.
I think you still go to prison for that, bud.
Witness protection.
Fuck.
Doesn't protect against poltergeists?
No, I don't think it protects against people who murder their own children.
Oh.
Bigfoot broke in and just scribbled in crayon. Okay, but that implies that Bigfoot is able to write in English and therefore would presumably be able to speak it or could communicate via writing. So maybe Maybe
not to
somebody's
eat
received a
crayons.
ghost letter from like Sasquatch.
He's an interdimensional being, and he's been around long enough to know English. Therefore, he wrote from the inside of the wall.
Okay, but technically, dogs know an amount of English, but they can't speak it just because like their vocal cords don't work that way. You know. I mean, I don't know if they're smart enough to fucking do it, but like they know what words are. Like if I tell my dog to sit, she will sit. You know what I'm saying? Technically, she knows an amount of English.
I call my cats fat ass and dumb shit, and they come still. So they probably know what that means.
I mean, I tell my cats how to shake.
That's impressive. My cats don't do shit. All right, we got one more from the Pendulum Rider. The final one here, she's actually involved with, or involved in.
Ooh.
I had a poltergeist in my youth. You don't say. With this kind of family history, I think I'd be surprised if you didn't. If you subscribe to the theory that it's intense adolescent energy given shape, but things would constantly move in my apartment, especially in my room. I'd hear and feel things, including at one point being touched on the thigh before my door slammed shut.
Oh, nope.
And at one point, while getting ready for school, super early one morning, since I had choir before school started, I saw what looked like an after image of a person walking down my hallway to the living room I was in. These things got better as I got older, and when we finally moved, I stopped being so scared all the time.
Hey, you
Shit.
finally made it to a live show. Hello. Sorry, distracted by chat. That's fucking also quite spooky. Okay, so that kind of like the mention of like adolescent energy sort of thing, like there's like a period of time in people's lives, like when they are going through like during adolescence, when you're going through puberty, like I don't know if it's just like a heightened something with this kind of thing, but it seems like there is kind of a lot of that. Do you remember Keisha that we used to work with?
Yes.
She had a ton of fucking really weird stuff happen to her. I wish I might have her number on one of my old phones or something. I don't know if she still had the same number. It might be kind of weird. Hey, haven't talked to you in like 8 years. I was really good friends with your ex-boyfriend. You remember this one thing that you know what I mean? It's one of those kinds of conversations, but like
turning over your stories to my podcast.
Yeah, right. Can I just say, yeah, exactly. But it was one of those things that like I don't remember specifically what she was telling me about, but it was kind of like some of like this similar like poltergeist sort of activity in that time period of her life. So that is something that I have heard of a couple of times before, and again, thank you for sharing that with us.
Yeah. Thank you, Pendulum Rider. Appreciate you. Thanks for being a part of the Discord.
All right. I don't know who's next.
I've got the man that packs.
The man that packs.
Story.
All right, I'll do his here then. Okay, so he says, I have some stories from my aunt and cousins who lived in an old house and I kid you not, a Civil War field hospital. They had their fair share of bumps in the night with the odd sound or two to begin with, but it went from 0 to 50 real quick. My father was going to spend the night there when he was making a bed. As he was coming back to the room after getting something, he saw that all the sheets were off the bed and something human looking was in the room. He ran downstairs and out of the house and got to a hotel for the night. Another story was when my aunt was out of the house and my cousin had a sitter because they were about 8 to 10-ish. The sitter and the oldest cousin walked to the living room to see the lady sitting in the rocking chair with an old style dress on. They then lost their collective minds after she just disappeared. There were also some other sittings of this woman out of the corners of people's eyes for the rest of the short time they lived there. Finally, for the big story, before they lived in that house, they lived in an old farm in which the youngest two were around 5 to 7, started seeing children in what was described as Amish clothes around their bed, just standing there. The older of the two stopped seeing them at a certain age, but she didn't tell anyone about it. The younger continued to see them, and she would go to her parents' room and freak out her mom by saying the weird kids are back, and her mom would pray until they both fell asleep. When I first heard the story, neither of my cousins knew the other's story, making it all the weirder. So one of the cousins didn't talk about it, the other one did. Neither of them knew that the other one had experiences. Oof.
Those are wild. I gotta interrupt my reaction to this because Nathaniel over here is just taunting me. Ryan in the chat says hello from Canada. Now quit ripping on Canadians. Nathaniel hits him with
Who?
a no. Oh shit! I mean no A. God.
Who in chat?
Ryan.
Oh, yeah, I thought it said a different name until I scrolled up.
Hello A.
Hello, Canada. I'm not ripping on Canadians. I mean, I talked shit about Canada once just because you hadn't said anything. I maybe it was I said that you were too nice. I think I've been pretty cool about Canada.
I distinctly remember talking shit about Canadians and not writing in reviews or something.
I think it was like all in good fun. We've had some good reviews from Canada now. It's I like Canada.
Yeah,
Fuck, that's like top on my list of places where I'm thinking about moving to in
100%.
November 4th.
Ryan, you gonna open up your guest room for us or what's up?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
This
That's
election
asking a
goes
bit
south.
much.
Hightailing it over there.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
But yeah, so back to the story that from the man that packs.
That was done. Yes. Do you have anything to say?
I just the Civil War. The dead people from the Civil War and their spirits is like a huge part of.
Well, and that
That
same point
society.
too, though, it was what he's saying is they lived in a house before that where like the Amish kids started showing up, And
Amish
so is
people,
that
too.
they just like move from one haunted location to another?
Or they're haunted. Poltergeist is following them.
Well, the only thing is like, but it was different, right? It wasn't like the kids
The
followed
same,
them.
yeah.
It was, I don't know. That one's a little spooky. Thank you for sharing that with us.
Appreciate it. The man that packs. Thanks for also being in chat. I believe you popped in here at one point.
Yeah, he's around. Yeah, he's right there.
Hey.
They lived in three houses with 3
days.
different ghosts. See, that's what I'm saying. There's everything. It's all different ones every time.
Maybe like check for ghosts before you move in would be my suggestion.
I mean, okay, so is that maybe you should start doing that for a living? You're the ghost inspector. So before people move in, they can pay to have you come through the house and make sure that there's no ghosts.
100%. I would do that. Ryan, and shout out to your girlfriend. Thanks for loving our
mad
show.
shout out. Yes, super appreciate
From
it.
Canada.
Connor.
I'll read Big Bots.
Is that
small?
Oh,
entry.
you got one? Okay. I only grabbed the huge. Go for it.
Hit this one real quick.
Yeah,
he says he saw the skunk ape down in North Port several years back, poking around some bushes off of US 41. He says it could have been somebody's pet chimp or something. North Port is like where rich and well-off people live, so he wouldn't pass it up as somebody buying a chimp and maybe getting out.
Well, that's no good.
Boy.
Yikes.
Nathaniel's is
Okay.
next.
Nathaniel's is next. It's a long one, and he included a photo.
Yeah,
That is a
hopefully
shitty
he's okay with me
Photoshop.
showing it.
A quote. Here's a shitty Photoshop recreation of what I saw. Is what he said in here. So I'm gonna read this one real quick.
I'll pull up
And by
the
real
image
quick,
while-
I mean as fast as I fucking can. So, all right. I've seen shadow people all my life before. All the time when I'm home alone. As a matter of fact, I'll be sitting in my living room or in my room, and out of the corner of my eye, I will see them standing in the hallway, just standing there watching me. But here's the rub: they never ever feel malicious or mean or evil. They just feel curious, like they want to know what I'm doing or checking on me. Occasionally, I even feel strong feelings of love. Sometimes when I see them, as if they are deceased loved ones just checking in on me. Sometimes I greet them and say hi and tell them if they want to come chill, they can. Just be cool, and we're good. I've never heard them whisper my name before and heard... okay. I got a cat in my way. Oh,
Hello,
cool. It's over
Emu.
here, too. Hang
Welcome.
on. I can read it over here, too. God damn it, this fucking... You can't even see that I have a cat just laying in front of my screen. He's directly underneath my camera, so I just can't fucking... Super annoying. Okay. I've heard them whisper my name before and heard distant, unintelligible whispering right before I've seen them too. But again, they never feel malicious. They sometimes even feel like family. But that changed one night when I was listening to a new podcast called Scared to Death. My tongue did something weird when I tried to say it. It was right after the show had started. and I had deliberately waited the first 2 weeks so I could backlog the first 2 episodes and binge for a spooky night of fun. You're a fucking madman. I listened to the first episode and well, oh Jesus Christ, and was fine, and was fine, nothing wrong at all, and didn't get creeped out or nothing. But the second I started getting into the second episode, things changed. I was in the middle of a family haunting story when a demonic-like entity / shadow goes room to room looking for them, when I began to feel creeped out and a dark feeling almost as if I was being watched. I brushed it off and kept listening, deciding it was just because it was almost 1 a.m. and I was just freaking myself out. I finished the episode and decided to go perform my nightly pre-bed rituals and go to bed. I went to the bathroom, did my things, and flipped off the light switch and hurried out because I have a thing where I don't like mirrors in the dark. I stepped out and looked down my dark hallway, and to my horror, there was a shadowy figure of a human standing right an inch away from me, almost leaning in towards me. I flipped shit and fell backwards on my ass and scrambled for the light switch. I believed it was my brother at first because he loves to scare me, even going so far as to shimmy up the hallway walls and drop on me from above as I walk by. Savage. And I was about to turn around and deck him into next week, but when I looked back, nobody was there. Thoroughly freaked out, I ran and looked in my brother's room, and he was snoring and sound asleep. I looked at my parents' room. Both of them were asleep too. Freaked the fuck out, and not knowing what to make of it, I figured I was just freaking myself out from the podcast and went to go fill up my water bottle before going to bed. I went into the kitchen and started filling, and then started feeling that fucking creepy, dark, malicious feeling of being watched. And as I turn around, I see the same figure peeking his head around the corner, watching me. I rub my eyes, refusing to believe it's anything but sleepiness. But that feeling was still there. So I turn around again, and this time I see it standing at the bottom of the stairs, right in front of our front door. And I swear to heaven, it fucking tilted its head to the side slightly. I quickly turned my cell phone light on, hoping beyond hope it was just my brother fucking with me somehow. But as soon as the light hit it, it melted and disappeared. I immediately grabbed my water, turned off the tap, and noped the hell out of there, went back to my room. I quickly said a prayer and crawled under my blankets, hugging my pillow desperately for any sort of comfort to get this feeling away. I refused to turn the lights off and somehow managed to calm down enough to get some sleep. I felt that feeling off and on for the next 2 days and finally had to ask my dad to give me a blessing, and it went away. I haven't felt it since. I hope I never have to go through that again or see it again, but now I know that there are beings, and I came face to face with one, and he has his Photoshop recreation of what
On
he saw.
screen.
Oh my god, that would scare me so fucking bad though if there was just somebody there. Like I had roommates who would like, not like in the dark at 1 a.m, you know what I mean? It's like midday. I was like, oh, I thought somebody was home. They just like run down the hall, just like kind of creep up behind me in the hallway, you know? But it was like, it was never like, I don't know.
There's a coat on that chair.
And there's nothing like, it's just like, it was there, and I checked on everybody, and everybody was in bed, and then I went somewhere else, and it was there, and then I turned a light on, and it's fucking gone. Bro, that sounds fucking terrifying. Glad that you are no longer experiencing that. How long ago was this, Nathaniel? Was it more recently, or? I guess I don't know how long I gotta wait for you to respond in chat. I don't know how much of a delay that. Last October. Okay. So a year ago, like a batch about a year ago. Perfect. Interesting. That's fucking. Oh my god, that makes me uncomfortable though. Like thinking about that just bothers the fuck out of me. Like at first, it's kind of a nice sentiment. Like, you know, it kind of just seems like dead family members and ancestors, people you knew or whatever, just kind of checking in on you, seeing what's going on, or maybe there's no malicious intent, like whatever. Yeah, exactly. You can, a medium in some capacity. They just
maybe
coming and hanging out.
Hello, Kevin. Okay.
Sorry.
Thank you for sharing that, Nathaniel. That's terrifying.
Yeah, Nathaniel, thank you for sharing your story.
I know you've mentioned your shadow people before. And I don't know. I don't know how I would handle that. To be honest with you.
That would actually upset me a lot. I think.
I
I think I
think
would. I don't think. I don't know.
I think I would end up in an insane asylum. I'm gonna be real with you.
That would really freak me out.
All right.
It just yeah. Wow. Okay.
On to Dastardly Ducky Dan, 48. In the house I grew up in, there were sections of the house where I would always see a black figure just standing there watching us. He would stand outside the doorway to my room at night. There was no door, so I could just see it. Fucking get a door, bro.
Oh no.
They're not that expensive. One night, put something up, some beads. One night,
you're gonna put beads and look at shadow people through beads. I don't know that makes it any less scary.
Just when the beads start shaking.
Just a hand slowly pushes through the beads.
I regret it. One night when I was fairly young, I woke up to hear my mom calling from the basement. The door was right outside my room, so I walked over. She was still calling my name and turned on the basement light for her. I asked if she could see now, because I figured that must have been the issue. It didn't cross my mind why she would go down in the dark. She then called from my parents' room and asked what I was doing up. I've never been that freaked out as I was right then. Just a few years ago, we were selling the house and cleaning out the last of what was in there. The basement was the last place that we got. We had propped open the basement door with a brick, and I was going in to get the last trash bag of stuff to take to the dump. I grabbed the bag when the old rusty door slammed shut. The door is so old that it has trouble shutting on good days. I ran to the door and tried to open it, but it wouldn't budge. I then got the feeling that I can't properly describe. It was like somebody was walking up behind me. I know you can get that kind of feeling from bad wiring, and there was plenty of that in that house, so that's probably all it was. Keep telling yourself that, bud. I didn't care, though. I just had to get out of there. I shoved with all of my strength, and finally the door swung open. Freaked out, I swore I was never stepping foot in that house again. It should be burned to the ground. My sisters keep going back and forth as to whether they saw anything in that house or not, so I can't completely say that I wasn't just hallucinating or something like that.
Damn. That one is also quite spooky. Like, you hear your mom calling you from the basement, you go turn the light on, and then she calls you from upstairs. Like, what the fuck are you doing down there? Nah. Nah, dude. And the door doesn't like to shut. Has trouble shutting on a good day, and it just slams shut. No. And then you can't get out. Fuck that. That's terrifying.
And for
oh god.
I would understand.
My hands are so fucking sweaty. All of these are just, I'm not gonna get any sleep tonight.
Happy Halloween. I would believe it if you're like, we're my son's age. Like if you're like 7, 8, younger, and you like thought your mom was calling you from the basement, I would like believe that like maybe you just
heard it from somewhere else.
Yeah, but like I'm assuming you're probably at least 18, and a few years ago, you're
okay. I
mean, at least
not,
a teenager
not 5
of sorts
at that point. Yeah, like
yeah.
Shadow people. Don't you put that on me, Big Butt. Don't you do that to me. Don't you do that to me.
What do you got next?
I believe Artsy Starkey.
Alrighty.
This little one here. At my grandparents' old, they had a ghost named Martha. She would turn the lights off and on, turn on the shower, creak in the night like someone was in the kitchen, and attract the attention of all the pets. There was a night when we all remember very clearly. Martha decided to break shit. We were all in the living room down the hall from the kitchen, and you could see the kitchen light on the hallway wall. While there were 6 people in the living room, everyone in the house, there was a loud crash noise from the kitchen, like a stack of dishes being thrown on the floor, and the lights shut off. We all stopped talking, and my dad got up with his gun to see what was happening. When we went to the kitchen, he called out, "There's nothing different here." The light switch on the wall was on the on setting, but no light. A quick off and on, and it lit up. No broken dishes. Nothing had moved. Everything normal. Not even another noise. Since then, I've been scared to go to the house. They moved recently and given me one of their couches. I am terrified that Martha lives with me now, and I have to get a cat to help me rationalize the house creaks of the ice machine. I mean, that's a good reason. That's a good excuse to get a cat, right?
Yeah.
That's real spooky. Like, you hear a fucking there's a bunch of people in the house. They hear a fucking loud ass crash. The light goes out in there. You go in there, nothing's changed. You flick the lights, they come back on, nothing. Fucking spooky.
No reason. The unexplained is the scariest thing about it. Thanks, Artsy Starkey.
Okay, Nathaniel, Jacob, I think your shadow person's name would be like Greg, and he enjoys almond milk and tofu squares and likes frequent bookstores in Seattle. Greg is my father-in-law's name, so that's even fucking better. I just gotta throw that out there. Shout out to Greg. Oh, that's good.
Fuck.
Old Greg, fucking Seattle-based. Okay, buddy. You putting these hipster vibes on me.
I've got one from Squirrel Reaper here.
He also posted another one. If you just want to do both of
them. Yeah, I'll have to scroll for it, but I'll hit this one first.
Okay, sure.
He says, we lived in a house for 15 years that had a spirit in the house and one that roamed the property outside. The spirit inside would take things and keep them for a while. Whatever he took, he would return to the same spot, the middle of the living room floor, directly under the ceiling fan.
Wait, not the same spot, like where he took it from? He took things from the house, and they would be gone for days, and then they would return on the living room floor underneath the ceiling fan?
Yeah, 100%.
Fuck that.
That's where he puts it. I don't know.
Fuck that.
He would also randomly clear off shelves of our bookshelf, not all of them, and never the same one twice in a row. The spirit outside was a little more of a dick. I've seen it lift half of a watermelon across the yard. My brother-in-law was holding it and spoon eating straight out of the rings when it happened. We had an older black coupler that we were friends with offer for a get together. We were all out having a good time when something grabbed her weave. At least that's what I think it was, but I'm a white boy who has no idea what about that kind of thing, and yanked it clean off her head. She would not step foot in our house after that.
A ghost ripped her weave off?
That's good.
The half a watermelon thing is also very strange. I have some questions about that. The fuck? That's strange.
It's like watermelons and doesn't like weaves. Got it.
Half a watermelon. That's okay, but like, it is hilarious. Like, as spooky as it is, like the first one, like inside, he's like, the one outside is more dick. The one inside, like, it always brings it back. Okay.
Brings it back.
But it just, I saw it carry a half a watermelon across the yard. I'm just imagining a watermelon just floating acroross the yard, just standing there, like a couple of bites get taken out of it. Fucking
some Scooby-Doo shit.
That's like that's like a Ghostbusters scene, man. That's fucking. I'd be like, there's no way I'm seeing this right now. That's fucking crazy. And then he posted another one. I think it was today.
Yep, I got it right here.
Okay.
He says, I'm not sure if this is a UFO story, but it was definitely way out of the norm. Back in the late 90s, I was driving home. How old are you? I was not driving in the late 90s. Back in the late 90s.
Hey, he said it was more like Scooby-Doo. For the record, it was more like Scooby-Doo.
It was like Scooby-Doo. Ruh-roh, Raggy? Oh, can I say that? Fuck.
You already did. I don't know.
We'll find out. DMC strike. Back in the late 90s, I was driving home from work somewhere close to midnight or so. I was sitting at a stop sign in the middle of nowhere when I seen the first Humvee with those red headlights. Not red lights on the front, but red headlights. I thought, well, that's fucking weird.
Yes. Fucking weird.
I don't know if that was like some sort of army thing or something.
I've never heard of that.
Neither have I.
That's weird. Certainly is illegal if you were just a pedestrian. You can't do that.
At least in
You're not allowed
Iowa.
to have. Well, yeah, I suppose here, but I'm pretty sure in most states you're not allowed to have underglow that's blue or red because it looks like
Cops.
police stuff. Yeah, so you can't have any of that on your car most of the time.
Seemed unfair.
Red lights are illegal, and it's not an army thing, so it's something different. Ooh, infrared lighting. Fuck. Okay. Fucking spooky.
What? Can you see infrared light? Anyway, then the second, followed by 2 tractor trailers. I didn't see anything else, so I pulled out, going the same direction as they were. I still remember what I hollered out over the CB in my car. How about you, red eyes? What the hell are you hauling? Not expecting to get an answer, I hear back, son, you just need to forget that you saw this. Fuck! Next thing I know, there's another Humvee asking side of me and one in front of me. Alongside of me and one in front of me. Adjusting me down to a speed and forcing me to off the shoulder of the road. Knock knock. Sound of a rifle butt against my driver's window. Is this normal?
No, it says at the beginning it's out of the norm.
I know,
not
but
normal.
like,
what do you mean?
Getting like just forget the red lights and the weird shit, but like getting pulled over in this manner, like somebody knocking on your door with a rifle butt. Does that happen normally?
Nah, never once happened to me, bud.
All right. Well, I couldn't really see the men who pulled me over, but I could see 2 more trucks and 2 more Humvees go past me. Get the camera out. Them boys got a UFO.
I don't think if they're stopping you with fucking, they got big trucks pulling you over to the side of the road, knocking on the fucking window with the gun. I don't think they're cool letting you take your phone out and video. Again, I think he said 90s, late 90s. Don't have a cell phone. Probably no video. No way to take a video or a picture in the car.
Oh shoot. Okay, let's read on.
Yeah.
After what seemed like an eternity, they finally let me go. I'm assuming to catch up with the rest of the convoy. I was told again that I didn't see anything and not to tell anyone what I didn't see. Well, as you can tell, I didn't listen to the last part of their earnings. Glad I could share it live on YouTube.
Well, fucking A. Also, quite. There were video phones in the 90s. Okay, Nathaniel. I understand they existed, but it's not like, yeah, they're not like what they are today. Like today, if you're, you know what I mean, somebody stops you, the first thing you're like, did you get a video? Anything like that. But like, again, it's the 90s, you know? It's different. It's a different time. You're a baby, Nathaniel. What do you know about the 90s?
Bro, Reaper, you say bring it on? They're coming for me, not you. You got an anonymous name, bro. I got a machete in the garage. This is my defense. A couple of cats I could throw at him.
Oh, so the red light thing is so you can see at a close range. It's not visible from farther away. Oh, I was born in 99, so I'm a member. Yeah, okay, but
Shut up. Nathaniel Sam.
You don't want to hear no shit, then what the fuck did you click the video for? That's all I do is spit shit out of my mouth.
Back to speed shit on another episode.
Score Reaper, thank you for writing those in for us. That one's also fucking crazy. The ghost one's kind of hilarious, definitely spooky, but the other one is terrifying.
I'm glad it was you and not me. I'm being real with you.
That's
I would have shat my pants.
Yeah, I would have been like weird about turning the same direction, and there's no way I would have over the CV be like, hey, what about you? What do you got there, Chief?
Yeah,
like,
what the fuck are you doing?
Fucking A, brother. The balls on this man. Thank you again for writing that in. Super appreciate it. So there was, while we were talking about this, there was the one shit, I don't remember who posted it, I already fucking forgot. With the basement. Or is it? I gotta scroll back up. Remember who fucking posted that? With the basement and his mom calling his name for the basement. Was that Dastardly Duck Dan?
I believe it might have been. It seems like a person.
Yes, that's who it was. Okay, so there was with the basement door getting stuck kind of thing. So it wasn't quite the exact same, but I did forget about this until talking about that. So this happened to my wife at our friend, our Connor and I's mutual friend Kayla's house. You lived there.
I
for a
lived with
while.
her. Okay, maybe I can
do
add
not
to this
know.
story.
I don't. Okay, so
Send it.
she was under the impression that her grandfather was a spirit that kind of visited her regularly.
Yes, very much so.
Yes. Okay. I'm sure you know a lot more than I do. You're a lot better friend. My wife's pretty good friends with her, but I'm just kind of like, hey, we work together. We're kind of buddies.
Yeah.
So I just kind of remember like it was the kind of thing like maybe like music would like the radio would just like turn on randomly, and that was kind of really about the extent of like the issues that issues, you know, that was just like you hear some bumps or whatever it was. But one time in particular, my wife was there doing laundry. I don't know why she was doing her laundry there. Maybe our washer was broken or some shit. I don't fucking know what the deal was. She was over there doing laundry, and she like walking up the stairs, almost to the top of the stairs, and she hears something fucking running up the stairs behind her.
Yeah, I remember hearing about this.
That's about
around
the
the
extent of
time.
the story. I mean, she fucking lost her mind, dropped the basket of clothes, ran upstairs, like, what the fuck? There was obviously nothing there, but it was like a whole ass ordeal. Like, she called me like in tears right after it happened, just freaking out.
I don't know if I was living there at the time, but it was
It was
around the time that I was living
if you
there.
weren't living there, you would have been 2 months. Like you were that was that same time period. It was that year.
To add to that story, same house, same person. She had a 2 or 3 year old daughter at the time. One night we fell asleep on the couches in the living room. Her bedroom was on the same floor. There's like a loft above with her bedroom, and there's like a walk-in-ish closet.
Mhm.
I don't know. We like both at the same time woke up out of the blue in the middle of the night, and we're like, "Where the fuck is her daughter?" Like, we both were like,
Where's
"What
the kid?
the fuck?"
Yeah.
Not just knew that she wasn't in her room. Obviously we checked her room, wasn't there, so we're like freaking out. We go upstairs to look around. There's not a whole lot. There's like a basement, but it's pretty wide open. I don't remember checking down there. I don't know that I'd want to. But we went upstairs.
Your room was in the basement, you fuck.
Yeah, for a while. It was more put together by that point. But we go up upstairs, and in the closet, in the dark, no lights on, we find her daughter sitting in the closet playing with a necklace that her grandfather had given her. Like, had given Kayla.
Connor,
I
Connor
can't
did not. I can confirm Connor did not chase my wife up the stairs. I
Not in
believe I
that
was
incident.
working with. I believe I was working with Connor at the time.
That sounds accurate. Yeah,
sorry,
I can't say that story was specifically like a ghost related story, but like
no, but that's kids are fucking weird, and that is creepy. Like I don't see her like, cool, I'm gonna go through the house and get this very specific thing and go sit in the dark closet. Like in the dark, like that seems very uncharacteristic of that young child.
I would have thought it was super weird if it was just a kid that did it. Like I didn't know anything about this like grandfather thing, but the fact that she was so convinced that her grandfather's spirit was with her often, that it was like,
and then like that necklace had that tie back.
Yeah,
to,
that tie.
to the grandfather specifically. Yeah, that one's
kind of weird. Probably the closest I've got to a ghost encounter.
Not quite the same. Don't look behind me. Yeah, the cat's right there. That's all I was looking at. He did make a weird sound.
Greg.
So there was yeah, it's Greg. Yeah, thanks, buddy. So I'm not, again, we're not bringing up her name, Kayla's daughter. One time, again, she was like 3 or 4, like too young to kind of know this. The only thing we could like, so she called us at like 1 a.m. one time. My wife didn't answer the phone because we were asleep, but she left a message on the phone, and she was just like saying our names, just my wife's name and my name, like a bunch of times, like hi Jacob, just kind of saying hi, just like left like a 5-minute message, and like that was it. But like she doesn't like, so she like woke up, went upstairs, found her mom's phone, took her mom's phone, found
Purposely
our contact
called
number,
you.
called us, and like knew it was our. She doesn't know how to read.
Is there pictures maybe?
The only thing that we could think of is if there was a photo of the two of us that was like the contact photo.
Right.
But when I look on my phone, it doesn't show the contact photo until I clicked that specific contact.
Mm-hmm.
And she only made 1 phone call. That was the only thing she did on the phone, was call us and leave a message. Again, not like crazy, but it was just like another like that's a little odd in like a time of just like, yeah, she just wanted to fucking talk to me. No, she loves me to this day. If she sees me, she'll come running. Like, we're buddies. She's the shit. But God, yeah, she's like what 10, 11 now. It's kind of fucking. It's kind of terrifying. But yeah, I don't know. That one was. It could be. Yeah, maybe you're just like. But okay, so the call log. Yeah, redial. But again, you have to have the photo. She has to be able to connect that it is my wife who she is calling. And not only that, like that she's. I mean, I guess she could connect that I am associated with her, so she knew it the one. But still, she has to have a picture or something to do that. It was just kind of weird. Again, there's plenty of logical explanations. She just hit a fucking random thing, saw a picture, and maybe that was what it was. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It was just kind of odd, and involved the same child is the only reason that I thought of that. Again, not too crazy, but just a little weird.
Just a little bit weird.
I see there's that. I have a couple of my own personal encounters. I've already talked about these on the show, so I'm just kind of breeze over them. I think you have a couple of those as well.
Sure, yeah, I could say some things.
Yeah, whatever's fine. So, I've talked about Ghost Cat on the show, but if for whatever reason you haven't heard about this, the house that I lived at before this one, not where I'm at now, I would hear things that I would associate as just like being a cat. Like I'd be sitting on my couch and I would hear a cat digging through the litter box, and then I'd hear the footsteps coming down the stairs and the jingle of the bell as it came down the stairs. But like I had a cat on my lap and the other one was there. I got two cats and I can physically touch both of them, and I hear one of them, a cat, doing stuff. You know what I mean? I'm like, excuse me, who's there? Like, what is this? Like, I never saw anything. The cats would act a little bit weird in the house, but like cats are just kind of fucking weird, so I didn't really think anything of it. But like I definitely like I could hear just cat noises, but I could account for both of the cats. Was it? It was like, oh, it's a ghost cat. So it was never really anything spooky, but it was just like, this is weird and I can't explain it. In the same vein, again, weird and can't explain it. In the same house, there was, I think maybe 2 times there was like a light that I saw like emanating from my closet. There wasn't a light that was in the closet at all, so there's not like a light that accidentally got left on. You know what I mean? There's nowhere for a light to have been coming in. I one time, like I saw it one other time and just kind of like didn't think anything of it. I was too asleep. Then another time I saw it and I was like, okay, like I gotta look at this. Where is this fucking thing coming from? Because I was just like, I couldn't leave it be. So I fucking got up and I'm like waving my hand over it, trying to cast a shadow on it. Nothing. I couldn't cast a shadow. Or explain where it came from. I kind of just like went back to bed. I was like, that's weird. I don't know. That was it.
Ghost cat. I feel like there was an incident at your current house where at least I thought it was ghost cat.
No, there was so something did happen. I texted you about it because my wife thought she saw something, but it turned out to be nothing. I don't remember what it turned out to be, but it was like a weird reflection from something else that had been recently added into that room or something. I don't remember what the fuck it was, but there has not been any ghost cat sightings here. I don't know that if the two were related or if it's, you know what I mean, if it's just I don't know. That one was a weird one. I'm glad I'm not in that house anymore. The basement, man, the basement in that house was fucking off too. It was very dungeony. I didn't like it.
That basement was dungeon. It was like dug out. It was weird.
It just kept going too.
Or something?
They weren't, but it was like dirty down there. You know what I mean? And like there was like some really shitty spots where it was just like sunken in, like in the concrete that shouldn't have existed. And then like I don't know, there's just kept being rooms and rooms and rooms, and it was kind of eerie. I didn't like that place that much. And upstairs sucked too, but the downstairs was where it was weird. The only other thing that I have experienced, we've talked about again on the show, you were there for, when we took a trip to Kansas a couple years ago. To go disc golfing specifically. There's some really cool courses in Emporia. There's like 3 or 4 different courses in that town, and we fucking hit all of them in 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
That was a really cool fucking weekend.
That was fun.
I had a really good time.
We hadn't started this show yet, had we?
No, that
We
was
attempted to record a podcast on the way home, though.
Oh, that was
Or a
when you
different
were you were all excited about. I think you wanted to call it like road rage or something, but you
I
wanted
think
to do a podcast where we like drove somewhere and just like talk shit the whole time.
Yeah, yeah. I think I have like a whole logo drawn up somewhere in a notebook.
Oh fuck yeah! I wonder
Yeah,
if we
yeah.
did we record anything on the way down. It's probably just us talking shit, and
I'm
it's probably
almost
awful.
certain we recorded something. I don't know what it was.
We'll have to figure out what phone you had at the time and see if we can
lost
take that
tapes.
up for the Patreon people.
God, actually though.
So again, while we were out there, can we get a sister podcast called Road Rage? If somebody else wants to do it, you can be our official sister podcast. How about that? So
there you go. Nathaniel.
Nathaniel. So while we were there, we were walking alongside, I guess, a river. The way that it was running, we were walking from one end to another. There was not many people out that day. I think maybe a group of two or two, and then like a couple of solos. There was maybe 7 people out there on that course with us, but there's 18 holes. I mean, it's a couple of acres. It's
pretty
decent,
spread out.
Yeah, it's not like you're running into people or anything, but so we're walking alongside the river down like along the path where we're going, and for whatever reason, like I looked down into the river and saw, I don't know, like really, it was just a fucking stick, right? Like it just kind of saw like a thing that was like up, and then it kind of like came back down, but the way that it moved was very odd. The only thing I can think of off the top of my head is like, you know, like an anglerfish have the thing on the top of their head that's like the rod that kind of does that little shit, where I look like a fucking idiot doing this here, but you know what I mean? It kind of had like that vibe to it. It was kind of like a weird, and then kind of went back. And I was looking at it and just like in my head, like I was like, huh, what the fuck? And out loud, you said, that was weird. And I said, wait, you fucking saw that too? Like, so it was the kind of thing that like, if it was just a stick, it moved peculiarly in a peculiar enough manner that both of us were like, what the fuck was that? Weird. So again, I don't know what I saw. Could it have just been a fucking stick? Sure. But it was just, it struck me as odd to the point where like, I remember that moment. And the fact that you also, like, I just, for whatever reason, happened to look over and see it, and the same with you. Like, I didn't hear any noises before or anything. It just kind of happened.
I think the current in the river was pretty strong, too. Like, the way that it moved, it shouldn't have
because
moved.
It came up this way and then went back that same way. Like, if the current is pushing it that way, it would go that same, if it was something rotating, it just didn't make sense, like, how it just seemed off. Again, I have no further information.
Yeah, like didn't hop out and talk to us or anything.
I don't know that it would have been as odd if you hadn't also seen it, but it was just like, the fuck? So I don't know.
Stick man.
It was odd. Just a stick in the river, if you will. Did you have any of your own personal ones?
One time in college, I was gravel traveling.
This is my favorite story, Connor.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I do. It's a tractor story.
Yeah. You've already given it away. I was driving.
No, it's okay.
It was pitch black. I must have had my blazer or something. So, you know, I'm just cruising. I don't even know if there was anybody with me. Surely there was somebody with me.
Gravel traveling solo? You had to have had somebody with you. There's no way.
I can think of one person that.
This is the most Iowa shit I've ever heard. Okay, what a gravel 100%. Travel is you fucking go out to gravel roads. That's what a gravel travel is. You go drive around and you get high.
I was gonna say you cut out there, so I didn't know people were talking about. But yeah, that's what was going on. We're driving on.
So back when you were in college and you were
yes.
gravel traveling when you were fucking 19 years old, 20 years old.
And then you know, I think there was somebody else, but I feel like I was probably rolling. I was definitely driving at the same time. It's gravel though. Like it's probably anywhere from like 10 to 2 a.m. Like it's
nighttime.
Black.
It's dark.
We're in the middle of the country, and we come up over this hill, and there's just this array of lights. Yes, the devil's lettuce. Like an array of lights. And my dumbass is just like, oh my god, it's UFO. There's a UFO landing right in front of us. Like, I was so convinced until like we pulled up and alongside of it, and like, it was definitely just a tractor, like a combine.
Just
I
out
wish
doing
that
work, just
story
getting
was
corn.
so much cooler, but like,
No, honestly, it's fucking gold because it's just like you can crest the hill and you're losing your fucking mind. Just,
I
oh my
was
god, we're fucking
losing
landing
it.
right here, dude. We're fucking seeing it. It's
Like, it's
real. And it's just
literally
a
in
fucking
front of
tractor
me.
that you've seen literally every year, dozens of times for your entire fucking life.
Probably the first time probably not the first time I've ever seen like a combine in pitch black like that before. Like,
I mean, they do okay, but they do work very late. It is kind of odd sometimes. Like you'll be out and like see them working in the fields when it is pitch black. They got a lot of lights on them. It's playing out in my head like a movie scene. Yeah, it's how it plays out in my mind. It's fucking hilarious. It was definitely the most Iowa shit you will ever hear is when you fucking figure out that there is days where people just drive tractors. So you will get stuck behind a fucking tractor parade of like 500 people just driving tractors through a fucking town.
Yeah.
Bro, my friends in northern Iowa had a day in high school where you drove your parents' tractor to school.
That's
just Iowa shit, bud. It's just fucking tractors. That's all it is. It's tractors and pigs, corn and soybeans. That's fucking Iowa for you, bro. That's it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you learn how to drive.
Cow tipping. Cow tipping is a thing that people don't know isn't real unless you live in fucking places where there's cows. You can't tip a cow.
I never tried to tip a cow, but
yeah, because you can't tip a cow, Connor. It's a cow. How much does a cow weigh?
I don't know, but I've had to try and get a dead pig out of a pigsty, and it's hard.
You had to get a dead pig out of a pigsty?
Okay, so my grandparents, my mom's side of the family, live on like a farm, and they have pigs that my uncle like took care of. My uncle passed away, and when I was younger, and so my cousins were taking care of the pigs for the final season before they just they can't handle it anymore because my grandparents are too old and nobody really wants to deal with it. But there's a dead pig in the pigsty, and there's like hundreds of pigs in this barn.
They just didn't eat it?
We had to get it out so that they wouldn't.
That's the thing that you also got to know is pigs will eat fucking anything. That's how you get rid of a
Squirrel Reaper knows you have to get the front loader, but you can't just like forklift it out of there. You've got to.
You're gonna drive. Okay. This motherfucker, give me a forklift. I'll show you cow tipping. You're gonna get a cow stay still while you get a forklift underneath.
Chase a cow around with the forklift,
luck, buddy. Okay.
Pigs are terrifying. Okay, so there's like
yes,
they're sectioned off, and there's probably like 10 pigs around this dead pig, and they're just like, I'm gonna go run and grab the tractor, just take these chains with these hooks on them, and just throw them in there. It was awful. Probably why I don't eat meat. But like, I had to like skewer these hooks the size of my arms through this pig.
Yeah, that's
drag it out there, and it smells like ass.
Yeah,
not a good time.
Sucks. But pigs are one of those ones that are really smart, and I would be like uncomfortable eating those anyway. Like if I'm playing Minecraft, like I don't eat pigs unless I'm like about to die. I don't eat pigs. I don't kill pigs in fucking video games. I don't know why.
Ever had bacon?
Yeah, I've had bacon.
Remember?
How could you forget? How could you forget?
All right, that's fair.
Jacob just sounded like a cow going moo there. Yeah, I'd kind of generally sound like a cow going moo. I'm gonna be real with you, bro.
Does your dog eat bacon? Pig?
No, my dog does
pig
not
ears?
Eat
nope. No,
cow ears. I will feed her cow ears. I will not feed her pig ears. Pigs are too smart. I don't like it.
Cows.
Pigs are too smart. I don't have a prejudice against cows. My dog is a fucking animal that has to fucking eat other animals. That's the fucking way it is. Primarily, she eats chicken. Also gets a little bit of beef. But
your dog is a wolf.
For real? No, okay. But here's the thing. I can't I don't just give her like a full fucking chicken. What do you mean? Her food is made of chicken. But yeah, but okay, but pig is delicious. People in other places tell you fucking dog is delicious. I'm not gonna eat a fucking dog. Pigs are smarter than dogs. I'm not gonna eat a pig.
Yeah, but what if you killed the dog yourself?
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't kill a dog and I wouldn't eat the dog. I love dogs, man. It's insane. I hate it. There's no point. Little dogs piss me off, but like even still, I'm not gonna kill it and fucking eat it.
Yeah, that'd be worse.
I don't know. It's just a weird thing. It's just like it makes me uncomfortable. I'm not gonna my fucking pets are fucking animals. They can't make a fucking decision. They have to fucking eat stuff, man. Like, for the record, I started eating fish this year, okay?
Hey, Thomas. Welcome to the
and I
podcast.
have nothing wrong with. When I just walk in on a clusterfuck is what you just walked in on, man. It's just gonna fucking go. Yeah, it just walked in on me yelling about eating dogs. I'm not gonna eat a fucking dog. I don't have a weird thing about pigs. I don't know. I think they're too smart. I think it's fucking crazy. I don't know. It just bugs me. Tangent. Sorry, that was off of your tractor story because they were just talking about that's the most Iowa shit I've ever seen, and I had to go down a couple of rabbit holes there. Shit. Okay. Your cousin feeds her dogs only vegetables. That's fucked, dude. My dog loves vegetables. Don't get me wrong, but like, if my wife's making food, like if she's making chicken or something, like make some extra chicken for the dog. The dog goes fucking crazy for it. Like that's the treats, man. Like you gotta treat the animals right. Otherwise, they're gonna fucking get sickly and live a really shitty life for the entire time they're alive. It's not what you want. It's not what you want.
Your parrot loves turkey? I'm appalled that you
walking
even
skeletons.
Have a parrot
That's
right
fucking.
now.
That makes me sad. I'm sorry. I'll try to get a pic. If you get a pic, fucking send it to somebody who's gonna take them away from them. Jesus. That's fucked. I hate that shit.
Oh, I've never wondered what
wild boar salami,
like.
Huh? Oh, I mean, I've wondered what my leg tastes like. You're gonna tell me you've never thought about what mammoth tastes like?
I almost cut off my middle finger the other day while making chili.
And you would have just thrown it right into the chili?
I think I would have called my wife from the ER and been like, hey, turn that down. My finger's in there. I don't want that to get overcooked. This is my one chance.
You're acting like you know that it's like, first of all, that like what it's gonna take to fucking cook it. No, it's gonna overcook. You're gonna overcook it if you're cooking it at that temperature.
I'm gonna be fair with you. She had to turn it down because she's like, hey, your shit's burning. So,
okay. It happened anyway. Okay.
Yeah.
That was a pretty ridiculous. Okay, human tastes like pork depending on the part. Now, is that why they call it long pig when you eat it? I don't know who I'm asking. I'm just kind of in general, just out into the ether, putting that one there. So, you have any more of your stories, Connor?
I mean, other than the Bunny Man story.
Yeah, what do you got on the Bunny Man story?
Oh, as a child, I
we
shared a room.
It's been a long time.
It's been.
This was probably season 1 too.
As a child, I shared a room. We had bunk beds, me and my brother. One Easter morning, it was Easter.
Conveniently, it was Easter.
I woke up earlier. I was almost certain. Now, as a parent, I'm starting to rethink this. I was almost certain I was the only person awake in the house. My parents' bedroom was right next to my bedroom. So, I definitely would have heard them. Probably. Okay. Probably not. But I looked out my window to see if there was an Easter Bunny, and I just see, like, he wasn't walking on the sidewalk. He wasn't walking, like, right next to my window, but he was walking, like, 15, 20 feet away through my front yard. So we had bushes that kind of divided our house and the neighbors, and they only went like 3/4 of the way up the yard, if you remember.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was walking like right at the end of that. It was just a giant bunny.
Did you see him like walk off in a direction, or did you just like stop looking? Did you go wake your brother up?
I don't remember. It was a while ago.
I'm hoping against all hope that I haven't asked you these questions already too.
I had better memory. It was probably like just some fucking dream, but I remember it so vividly. Like
you just happened to look out for the Easter Bunny, and you're the only person ever to see the Easter Bunny.
Actual fucking Easter Bunny. Like
all right, and again, does it look like a man in a costume?
Yeah. I mean, kind of. The best way I can describe it is a 5 to 7 foot tall rabbit on its hind legs walking through my yard.
Okay, did it look like it was a rabbit that was standing, or did it look like a man in a rabbit suit?
It probably was a man in a rabbit suit.
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously, it's fucking Easter. Like,
I
and
remember it
obviously,
looking
like
like a
your
man.
dad didn't buy a fucking an Easter
No, my
bunny
dad
costume and
would
surprise
not.
you with, oh, the Easter bunny is here. Yeah, that didn't happen. So
Yeah, it's not like it
is
came
there
to my
is there
door
a,
and was like, "Hey,
okay,
children,
well,
I've got some eggs for you."
in theory, could it have been in somebody else's parent going to their house? I mean, it was early in the morning. Nobody was up yet. Even that
As
seems
far as I knew.
that seems really weird for somebody to just be walking around in a bunny costume. Like, I get it's Easter, but like, you're in somebody else's yard.
Yeah, no murders took place that I know of or anything that day, so turns out the neighbor is a furry. I would not be surprised. The ladies that live next door were odd.
Oh, that one dude from the other side came over with his
Other
wife and
side
yelled
was
at us
weird.
for making too much noise one time. Because he's an
I
author and he
mean,
wrote from home and we were making too much noise.
I thought he was
We
a
had
professor.
band practice every day. No, he was an author and he couldn't write and listening to our noise
are you
every
talking
day.
about the lady from across the road? You remember that when that lady came and knocked on the window?
Oh, we went and hid.
We went and
when
hid.
she knocked on the window. I forgot all about that one. Oh, shit.
Or that one time I mooned Yumna through the window.
No, we were in the garage and the other people from, it was like the one house west with the like white picket fence around the front yard.
Yeah. They hated
he wasn't
us
very
because
eccentric. He was just mad because we were like 14 and in a band and we had his parents forced us to practice in the garage where it was like 110 degrees and we're fucking in the garage playing. He was like mad at us, like, bitch, we got the garage door closed. It's so hot in here. What do you want me to do? Get some fucking earplugs. I'm sorry. Like,
yeah, listen to some music, idiot.
I mean, you can call the police and they'll bring out a thing, but like the cops just gonna think that you're a dick too. We're just a bunch of kids. Like,
we did so much shit at that house. All of the neighbors had to have hated us. We had a quarter pipe in the front yard. We had like
so sick, though.
quarter pipes and shit in the garage. Like, there was just so much shit that we'd be up until like midnight skateboarding in the fucking garage, playing music as loud as we possibly could in our basement or in the garage. Like,
it's fucking sick. Those are the days.
Those were the days.
Take me back. I want to learn how to skate properly instead of giving up because I'm scared I'm going to break my arm and can't play guitar.
I would never let my kids skate around town the way that we did.
Well, okay, but we were older.
I mean, we were like 14, 15 when we started.
Yeah.
It was before I could drive, before I had a car. I just skate down campus. I'm surprised I didn't do more shit when I was that age.
When I was like 16, I'd go to campus town on like Friday, Saturday night when everybody was like out at the bars, and I'd just like go stand outside the bar and just like bum smokes off of people who were like 22-year-olds, like people in college, like outside smoking and everything. I'm just like, hey man, can I get a cig? Like every once in a while somebody would be like, yeah, if I get $1, I'm like, yeah, sure, man, doesn't matter. But it was like, yeah, I don't know. It's just like I did a lot of that kind of dumb shit, just like bum smokes off of strangers, and every once in a while they'd be like, all right, but you have to tell me your opinion on this band. I was like, okay. Oh, it was something Wolf. Fuck. Was it Mother Wolf? Yeah, somebody, maybe? I don't remember. Maybe it's a different band. I don't know. Somebody asked me about some band one time. I was like, yeah, man, they're sick. And then he gave me a smoke. And I was like, God, I fucking hate that band.
Did you go with me that one time to that, it was behind the DQ on campus, like down in the basement, and it was like a really weird experimental band, and there was no room for anybody to stand inside the venue, so we kind of like stood in the hallway. It was like maybe one or two guys playing electric instruments on a fold-out table.
No, I don't think so.
Maybe
I don't think that was me. Maybe it was Brad. It was probably Brad.
Yeah, actually. It was either Brad. I don't think I was that good of friends with Nathan at the time, though. It sounds like something Nathan would go to. Yeah.
I don't know. That was a bit later. You already had a car when he was around, too. Yeah. I was thinking it would probably... He lives very close to me now. I need to not talk about my personal life as much on this show like this. But yes, he does live very close to me. So you saw Bunny Man.
Yeah, I saw Bunny Man. It's probably just my dream. I think over the years I've decided that I just have like a really vivid dream a lot.
But
Like,
in that same part, like if you're a child and you wake up and you think you see something, like it seems pretty easy to convince yourself, and you're remembering that every time you have to bring it up or
yeah,
you think about it, you're not remembering the event. You remember the
actual
last
event.
time that you remembered it or whatever is how that fucking thing works. So then it slowly warps over time. So it's really easy to like convince yourself that something did happen when it didn't. I don't know. I'm not trying to tell you what you
No,
saw.
yeah. No, I'm pretty sure I've convinced myself that a dream that I had, like a reoccurring dream I had when I was a kid, like actually happened. And it was like my parents were driving up a mountain. I was in the back seat. I think I was the only child at the time, and I was like just dangling outside the side of the car, like
I remember
open
you
the
telling me
door.
about this. Have you talked to your mom about it yet?
No, I haven't. I maybe should. Hey, Crowley.
Yeah, talk to your mom about that. See if she can vouch for you hanging off the side of outside of a moving vehicle while up a.
Yeah, I should probably like. No. My
No,
parents are the
I have
type of.
no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, my parents are the type of people that would be like, no, that didn't happen when it.
No.
Yeah. Would fess up
Okay.
to it.
The only thing I have left is a couple of stories from my parents.
Oh yes.
You don't know
Yep.
these either.
I don't. I've heard.
Did the cat
I've
just
heard
teleport
tales.
from Jacobs to Connors? Yeah, it did. What you don't know is the ghost cat is we actually captured it and now it is the new mascot for the show.
Yeah, to just teleport between our.
No, he just happened to get a ginger. His is a kid, little. Mine's an old man.
This is.
Okay. I guess some of these I had forgotten about entirely. There was just like this one that I was like, I need to remember this one. So I called my dad today to verify this one. You're welcome.
Thank you.
I called him because I was like, I gotta know for sure. I gotta make sure that my memory on this is correct, because it's been at least 20 years since I've heard this, like these stories. It's been a long fucking time. And so let me fucking okay. Again, I talked to him just a couple hours ago to verify this, and I was writing this down as I was going. So it was the winter of 1987, maybe 88. My parents were, I believe, like around 23 at the time. They got married pretty early, and they were pretty young when they got married. They bought a trailer where they were living while my mom went to college, so that's where they were at. So it's one early morning again in the winter. It's about 4:30 in the morning. My dad wakes up to a noise outside. It's kind of one of those situations where it's like the sound like enters your dream at first, you know, like you kind of like you're sleeping, but like you kind of hear this sound, and then like you kind of realize that it's an actual noise, and it like wakes you up. Like
every morning.
my alarm is a fucking repeat offender of this. You know what I mean? It's like, what is, oh my god, okay, my alarm's been going. So it's one of those kinds of things. So he's pretty asleep, doesn't really think anything of it. It finally fully wakes him up a few minutes later when he realizes it's the sound of a child crying for its mother. So he wakes my mother up, who then looks out the window and sees, yes, there is a child outside in the snow crying. So my dad gets out of bed and fucking runs outside to go help the fucking kid, because there's just a child outside crying in the snow at 4 a.m. Kid's nowhere to be found. Just not there. He goes back inside, immediately calls the police.
Black guy children.
So again, he said that the police showed up immediately. They're there fucking quick. So the police are asking like, okay, do any of your neighbors have kids? They're like, yeah, a couple of them do. So the cops go around every single door, knocking on every door. They're like, hey, do you have kids? And they're like, yeah, okay, go get them. The cops made them get every single fucking. If there was a kid there, the cops fucking made every single kid come to the fucking door. So the parents made sure the kids were in their houses.
That's like some 2020 shit. Like
no
sound
child
like something cops would do like in the 80s.
Immediately going around looking for like, hey,
Yeah.
let me see the fucking kids again. Well, so the first thing is like, is this maybe a dream? But like, he's talking to my mom about it, and the cops are there. So like, it's kind of like a real fucking thing, you know. So again, no child was ever found. I don't know that there was any like fucking footprints in the snow or anything. The only thing that my dad saw while he was outside is a black cat on top of a neighboring trailer. That was it. I guess it wasn't like a cat. It wasn't like kind of stood out in any way. Or like it didn't seem like a regular, like he hadn't seen that cat around before. I mean, I guess it could, in theory, be a cat the whole time. I mean, cats in heat make some crazy fucking noises, and I've seen some videos of cats that kind of sound like they're saying "mom," but like, it's kind of a weird time. There's not any other cats in the area. It's the winter. It is kind of weird. I don't think I would describe it as sounding like a baby. They do make some weird noises, but again, not a baby. Both my parents are 100% sure, like that they had saw what they had saw and heard. Again, my mom saw it. Yeah, I don't know if it's a cat or it's a shapeshifter of some kind. So while I'm talking to him about this, he's like, a bunch of weird stuff happened to me while I was living there too. I was like, okay, like what do you got? Like hook it up. Again, did not tell him this was for a podcast. So if you somehow stumbled upon this show, Dad, I told everybody. So the only other thing that he mentioned was like one time at 2 a.m, his car horn started going off, but like constantly, not a car alarm, the horn. Like someone pressed the horn and it got stuck down. Button. It was stuck down. It was stuck down. He had to rip the thing off of there to fucking get it to stop.
That's dangerous.
He's like, shit. Well, I guess it stopped. And they just fucking fixed it in the morning. It just went right back in. But like, yeah, that's a weird one.
The only thing I can think of in that case is like maybe something got a hold of the wiring and inside.
Yeah, there could be. Yeah, there could be. You know what I mean? But again, in that same instance of like he put the thing back together and it didn't happen again, where it's like randomly started going off and was stuck. Yeah, bad wiring. Exactly. Yeah. See, so that can happen again. Not to say that wasn't the case, and it's just like a one-off kind of thing. You know, I don't know. But yeah, it was just like that was the only other thing that he mentioned, like specifically, like a weird thing that had happened in that same place. I did have another one from him. He did end up going into this one too. He's like, "Oh, you want one more spooky?" And I was like, "Yes." It's not actually that spooky. It's a little bit. So, okay, I have to explain some lineage here. It is my
your dad's grandpa and his grandpa.
Yes, so it is my great and great great grandfather. No. It wasn't that way. Yeah. The story's about my great grandfather and my great great.
Your dad's grandpa and his grandfather.
Yes.
I think you're correct. Great grandfather and great great grandfather.
Yeah. So my great grandfather is an adult at this point in his life. He is in bed. It's the middle of the night. He's sleeping. Just kind of wakes up randomly. He's a very, very religious man as well. Just kind of wakes up randomly in the middle of the night and sees his father standing at the foot of his bed. And, you know, it's kind of like that confusing thing, like, what the fuck are you doing here? And goes to say something to him. As he opens his mouth, the phone rings. Answers the phone. It's the hospital telling him his dad had passed away. He had been in, I don't know, hospice or some sort of care for a while. So he was already ill. It wasn't like just like a random spur of the moment thing, but it was like this, like, just is like he woke up, saw his dad, and then received a call that his dad died. So is that like, is that his ghost visiting him? Yeah. Is that what that is? Like, is that like unfinished business? Is he piss him off, or did he just want to see him? Yeah, did he just want to see him one last time? What the fuck is that? Like,
respect, you know? Hey, son, it's time.
Death visit. Yeah. It's this one's pretty common. I've heard a decent amount of like stories like that before, but I don't know, that was something that had happened in my family. I saw my grandpa in the corner of the room the day he died. Yeah, see, it's that kind of same thing too, of just like relatives seeing they're just like randomly like the same day they died. So
I hope I don't see my grandparents the day that they die before I find out that they died.
If
I
you
would shit myself and I would feel
to
so bad. I would feel so bad. I don't talk to any of my grandparents, man.
Yeah. But it was his dad. I mean, okay, it's harder to think about my parents dying. I'm still pretty young. I don't want to do that.
I don't want to think about it.
It's but like, okay, so if I, let me rephrase this. If you as a person, like if you die, do you have the ability to go, like, are you able to just like go and visit one person or visit the people? Yeah, like can you do that? Because if you can, I guarantee you, my dad's gonna come and just fucking move my keys and do dumb shit all the fucking time.
Be an ass.
For as long as he can, he's gonna fuck with me. I should put this out there too. My family isn't like super like paranormal people. Like this isn't like, we talk about weird shit all the time. Like, yeah, I mean I do, but like this wasn't like a thing that me and my parents talked about, was like ghost stories and like I'd explain to my mom what a cryptid is. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like they're like same. In the know kind of people. It's just like there's like, oh, this weird shit happened to me, and that was just like a story that I remember from when I was younger.
But at the same time, they're not like super religious, are they?
My parents, no.
Yeah. My parents are religious they're the kind of people that are like, I don't know how to explain it. They act religious, but
Your mom's gonna be really upset when she listens to this, Connor.
you're right. My parents are very religious, and they believe in the Holy Bible. My mom hasn't made it past episode 1. Are you fucking kidding me? You made it 5 curse words in, and she's like, I can't do this. This is my son, and he's cursing up a storm like this. She has told me multiple times, multiple different occasions, that she thinks that our podcast would be just as successful if I didn't say curse words.
I certainly it would be.
Maybe it fucking would, Mom, but shit, I don't know.
This is the way I am, Mom. It's not a phase. I'm sorry.
It's not. It literally isn't. My hair is fucking 3 feet long. I'm a degenerate, Mom. God damn it. My wife is in the other room with her boss on the phone. I'm just
You're in here screaming profanity is excellent. So
I told
the
her no
only other,
guarantees.
yeah, no shit. The only other.
Don't you dare tell my mom, Nathaniel. Sorry, continue.
Connor's, he said the fuck word. Connor's mother is a saint, for starters. Let's get that out of the way.
Nice lady.
I have one last family story here. So I remember my mother telling me this when I was younger. I did not talk to her about this one before the episode. I probably should have, but I really want to bring this up because it's kind of a weird one. But I guess this happened like when she was pregnant with me. So both my parents are in the car with my grandparents, my mom's parents, because I've never met my dad's dad because he fucking sucks. Somehow, if you hear this, Tom, get fucked. I don't know where they were going. Not important.
Fuck you, Tom.
It was winter and the roads were really slick. My grandfather was driving and when an oncoming car lost control of the vehicle and slid into their lane. My grandfather tried to stop the car, also began to slide. My parents both shut their eyes waiting for the crash, but it never came. When they opened their eyes, they saw the oncoming car was on the other side of their car as if it had driven straight through them. Surely there's some sort of logical explanation for this. Like somebody was able to get some traction and like swerve enough and something, but it was just like, it was enough that it seemed like super unlikely to them. And that they were both like, it was a notable experience. That was like, what the fuck?
PSA, turn with the slide. You know what I'm saying?
You steer into the skid. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Glitch in the Matrix. The car just like fucking whoop, just on the other side of it kind of thing. It was just like, I didn't ever get a chance to ask my grandparents about the story. My grandfather is since deceased. My grandmother's still around, but I didn't want to be like, hey, what are the odds that like 28 years ago, you remember one driving and slick out? You know, she's old. I don't want to, you know.
Hey, Grandma.
I don't know. Again, that was just not so spooky, but it was just
you
another
were
weird
saved to create this podcast.
That's all. That's the only fucking thing in my entire fucking life. Hey, on that note, we did just hit 100,000 downloads like a week ago.
Yeah.
So let's fucking go, guys.
Still haven't got that email, but yeah. Fuck yeah. Suck on that, Mom. 100,000 downloads.
Alternatively, like, yeah.
This is the peak of your life, Jacob.
You're
not wrong.
Hey, I thought I fucking peaked in high school, so I guess it was like at 20. So, yeah. I guess maybe technically haven't quite, even though it certainly feels like I peaked when I. Yeah, thank you everybody for congratulations. It only took a couple of years, no big deal.
Could have only happened because of you.
But it did, yeah, 100% only happened because of you guys. So fucking thank you.
Thank you,
and especially if you've made it this far to the episode, like, hey, thanks. Really appreciate it. I know it's been a long one.
I see my burner accounts are helping. Thanks, Nathaniel.
Yeah, thanks, buddy.
And you pay on the Patreon.
What more?
Does anybody else listen to this podcast, or is it just Nathaniel?
He's just got 87 burner accounts.
That's all it is. On all platforms.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks, Nathaniel.
That is the end of my stories. I think that is about all I have. Top of my head, yeah, I got nothing. I've been thinking about it for a while. I have severe split personality. That's all it is. The different accounts are your different personality. Like, oh fuck, I forgot to sign up for YouTube, and you just all have the same name.
All the shadow people are really just also Nathaniel's
I feel like
personalities.
I feel like this started as like a pretty spooky curve, and then kind of took like a little bit of a ridiculous spin at one point. I think maybe
Always
it was
does.
around the most Iowa thing I've ever heard. Is when we got derailed, but
Yeah, I wish I had more. To be honest with you,
well,
I sent you a video of what I thought was a UFO that one time. Do you remember that? I think
I do.
I was headed towards you.
I
But
think
don't
you
know
were
if it
coming
was
up.
for
Yeah.
you. Anyway, it was just a light that was moving oddly in the dark sky. Still can't. I don't know.
Also, one time I was standing out back. Okay, that other house that I was talking about before, nothing to do with the house really. I was standing out back smoking a cigarette at night. I smoked cigarettes for a really long time. I quit like 5-6 years ago.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. So I was outside smoking a cigarette and just kind of looking up at the sky, and I happened to see an airplane going by. Nothing unusual, you know. But then like there was like a gleam of light, like something reflected off of it, and it like shined directly at me for a moment, and that was it.
Were you abducted in that moment?
Nope. I still had the same cigarette in my hands. You know what I mean?
That's what they want.
I didn't have any missing time or anything. It was just like it was a weird. I've never seen like something like a light reflect off an airplane, and it was at night. So there's not like the sun to be doing that. It was just a very strange. Like I've never seen that before. I've seen a lot of airplanes, but I've never seen one do that. Also one time thought I saw a UFO, and it was just a fucking drone. Like 2012, I pulled into my apartment parking lot, and I saw it. Like I was with my wife in the car, and I saw this thing like kind of like ascending and descending. I'm like, what the fuck? I freaked out. We like pulled over. I'm like getting out of the car, like losing my mind.
Get your
Also, I'm
phone,
like, oh my
honey.
God, it's just a fucking drone. Okay, it was really early on. It was just like the first like personal drone I had ever seen, and it had some weird lights on it. It was a weird time to be out flying a drone. It seemed like it was a UFO. It was in Ankeny.
Yeah, okay.
It was not it was the other one off a state that I lived at right before I moved to Ames. I think that's it. It's the only weird things that have happened to me, and it's not even that weird.
I question every single morning when I drive to work if I'm being abducted by aliens.
Later, big butt.
Ever since we listened to I listened to the Unbelievable podcast about how the street lights turn off and back on.
Yeah.
I'm convinced I'm just getting abducted by aliens every single morning. It's
Why?
the same light every single morning.
What about it?
Surely it's just a flicker of the light, but I don't remember
like every day on your way to work, the same street light goes out when you drive past it?
Yeah.
I mean, you go into work at about the same time every day, right?
Yeah, but it's not like it goes out. Like it turns off, I drive by, and it turns back on. Like it's not like it goes out for the day.
It just happens to fucking turn off for like 5 seconds whenever you're fucking going by. Wiring under the road, interesting.
What?
We need to test this and send another car through before you, and then another one after to see if it does it when they go through. See if we can test it somehow.
Like I've tried to pay attention, like cars out in front of me, and it doesn't seem to turn off. But yeah, I'm looking for it now, Levi. So like, you could be right about that phenomenon, like where you look at the clock and it's like 2:22 or 3:33 or whatever when you look. But like, yeah, I'm sure it's like it just happens to flicker, and I just notice it because I drive by the same goddamn light every single morning around the same time.
Yeah, that's strange.
I don't know. I hope I'm getting abducted.
Shout out to the Unbelievable podcast, though. If you somehow haven't listened to that podcast, they don't make them anymore.
Would not be around without that.
This podcast only exists because of that podcast. Like I think we started once they quit because I was trying to fill a void that podcast fucking left in my soul.
I'm still lost without it.
I'm actually still I have a hard time listening since that show is ended. It's just like before, like when it was still a show, I was like, great, I'm gonna listen to a ton of podcasts. I'm great. This is fantastic. And then it stopped. It's like I don't care anymore.
Yeah,
I don't want to
there's
listen to any of
nothing
these. I just want an unbelievable
keeping me
podcast.
going.
I almost named my dog after Phoebe. I love that show.
Phoebe Tires.
I tried and tried. My wife wouldn't let me.
Sebastian.
Oh, Sebastian Canelli, Brian Frangie, come on,
Brian
come on.
Frangie. Oh.
They're all too.
Yeah, fucking
Actually
shout out to the
important
Unbelievers
doing
and all
things.
of the Unbelievers. The Unbelievable podcast and the Unbelievers and the new Unbelievers podcast that I don't listen to because I'm sorry, it's not the same.
Oh, it makes you feel better. You guys are that podcast. Yeah, the only reason that we fucking show is because of that fucking show. Again, they're not making new ones, but like that show was fucking funny. They're about as fucking raunchy as we are. I mean, there's some good bits in there, man. I mean, I feel like we quote something from that like a daily basis. It's too good.
So good. Why would I lie about something like that?
Yeah, see,
I do that at work.
So many ideas for excellent episodes and stuff as well in there. So I was fucking in on poll results every fucking episode. God damn, dude. And that was the most fun part of that was they had polls at the end where it was like they had an option to do write-ins and everybody wrote it. Everybody was a piece of shit that did those. It was fucking awful. For like a year and a half, everybody's write-in was just skullfuck Charles, who was the old host.
Yeah.
Everybody fucking hated Charles after he left. Just mad about it. So that was the whole thing, was just skullfucking Charles all the time. But then like, I don't know, it was fucking ridiculous. And then yeah, so like you'd have some write-in for whatever the ridiculous question was. The only one I ever won was about Tom DeLonge, and I just quoted a Blink-182 song. And other people did it, but I did it differently, and so I technically won. That was the only thing that I ever did.
The glory days. Oh.
God damn it. That show was class.
I need to get a hold of Brian Frangie somehow. If this podcast is ever big enough for me to be able to call Brian Frangie, we'll have made it.
Look, if you can hit up Gordo on Twitter, I don't think you have any issue. We could probably look into that. We'll see if we can maybe get some.
I'm still waiting for the obviously fake Cryptids episode. We do that almost every other week.
We do talk about almost every other week. Yeah.
All right, shit.
Well,
I think that's it for all the listener
I got nothing else on my stuff, man.
Stories.
If you liked this episode, if you have some spooky or weird or just kind of stories that kind of fit the bill that you want to, we'll talk about them on the show. Yeah, just if you want to write them in or you send us an email, you can join us in the Discord, hit us on social media. I'll give you Connor's phone number if you want. You can call him.
Sure, yeah, call me up. We'll record it, and I'll just play it on the show. And that way, I don't have to try and read what you wrote, and problem solved.
Yeah, see, there we go.
We'll react to it. Again, Patreon.
Shout out to you fucking mad lads trying to give us money.
You're wild. Thank you so much. Again, the what is it? The Chupacabra tier, the $3 tier, will get you 30% off your TeePublic. Other than that, you go buy some merch at TeePublic. Link in the description.
It just happens to be on sale right now as well.
I think the sale ended, Jacob.
Oh, you're right. It did just end this morning.
Yeah, my cats need food. Go join the Patreon.
Yeah,
they're eating my headphone mic or my headphone cable. God, do we have anything else? Join us on social media. Do the polls. Even though we
didn't have polls in the last couple of weeks because we're doing weird stuff.
Damn. Yeah, we are doing weird stuff. How are we gonna do a tournament for this? Fuck.
We can do a tournament.
We're gonna have to do it.
We've talked about 18 other things during this fucking season. We can still do a tournament. Season, what's the matter?
Tournament of Aliens. Another idea stolen from the Unbelievable podcast.
Literally, our whole show is just like, okay, we're gonna do this, but only cryptid. We don't even do only.
We don't even.
I just want to be that fucking show so bad. They were so good. God damn it.
I would be down for some Among Us. I'm gonna be real with you. I got
I
nothing
am
going on. I'm off for
highly
the next
interested.
couple days.
My wife is just about home from work, and I haven't really had a chance to see her all day, so I won't be able to play very long. I probably only got like a game or two, but I can carve out some time this weekend if anybody else is interested in playing some Among Us.
Yeah, I am off tomorrow and Saturday. So
you got shit going on Saturday, or are you free?
I got shit going on tomorrow and Saturday too. So maybe tomorrow night, after like later, but yeah, I don't know.
I mean, we could. So I can probably squeeze in a round or two now if you're trying. But I don't have a ton of time to play. Is my biggest issue? Is like I got shit. No, I don't. I actually don't. I've been ignoring my dog. I gotta go take the dog out.
The dog, yeah.
Fucking, I gotta do some shit. I'll be around playing some Among Us this weekend. Connor, I'm sure you'll hop in at some point if you're around in the evenings. I'll post them in the Discord and see if anybody else is trying to. We'll try to like figure out a time that works for some people so we can get a game together. I think Sean was trying to play the other day too. So
yeah. If you also
Spartan, yeah.
If you want to use the voice channel in the page or the Discord chat, go ahead. Like
yeah, there's a general and a game chat. Game chat after Among Us talk happened like a week or two ago. So if you guys do want to use that, if we're there or not, it can fucking.
It would just be like it might be a good place to if anybody else is interested in the Discord. If not, whatever.
Yeah, just if anybody wants to play with you, let them fucking play with you.
I mean, you don't have to do that. I'm not saying you got it, but fucking anyway. All right. Thanks for checking out this week's episode.
As we drag on the fucking end of this forever. Thank you again, everybody. Live in chat. Y'all a bunch of mad lads. Fucking thank you. Everybody in Patreon.
The shit out of you.
Fucking crazy. People buying merch. Fucking thank you. Everybody else following us on YouTube. Thank you so much.
Everybody that
really appreciate all you guys.
Contributed to today's show.
Yeah, everybody fucking writing in your stories. Fucking yes, thank you. If you want to hear your story come out of my mouth,
join the
Discord. Send me your story. And
send us your story.
Do another one of these when we have enough. I feel like we had plenty this time because it's been almost fucking 2 hours we've been talking. So
I mean, the last probably a half hour was easily us just talking. But that's what usually it is.
Exactly.
All right, we'll try and keep up this great schedule we've been on.
Yeah, it's been pretty rough. Life's been kicking me in the balls.
Yeah.
We're out here though.
I'll be real with you. It's probably only gonna get worse.
Yeah, 100%. I'm aware of that, but is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Is a bitcheroony doony.
That's fine.
We'll see you when we see you then.
I will be here. It's fine.
All right.
All right, guys. Thank you again. Appreciate you all.
Thank you and good night. Outro.